Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. This is Sayyida Sahila and today I am here with an interesting and inspiring conversation with Maya and AI tool. So today I'll talk to Maya and I'll ask a few questions and Maya will provide me the answers. So let's start. Hello Maya, how are you?
Hello. I'm I'm doing great. How are you feeling today?
Yes, me too. So Maya, our today's topic is about we are going to have a very interesting conversation on the topic water, the origin of life and language. Water is not only essential for life, it also plays a huge role in culture, history, emotions, and communication. Let's begin. Okay,
I
so
love it. That's a huge topic to dive into.
yes, it really is.
I'm ready.
Okay, are you excited?
I'm s- I am. Let's get into it.
Okay, so my first question is for you that why is water called the foundation of life?
It's basically the ultimate solvent. Everything in our bodies, from transporting nutrients to flushing out waste, depends on it. Without water, the chemical reactions that make life possible just wouldn't happen. It's the literal glue that holds our biology together.
Can you explain a little more?
Think of it like the delivery system for your entire body. Since it can dissolve so many things, it carries oxygen and nutrients to every single cell and then picks up the trash on the way out. Plus, it regulates your temperature, like when you sweat to cool down. It's less about just drinking it and more about the fact that your cells are essentially tiny water balloons that need that fluid to maintain their shape and function.
That was a beautiful explanation. So, my next question is do you think human life is possible without water? And explain and in detail.
Short answer, no way. In detail, we're talking about a complete system failure. Since our brains, blood, and organs are mostly water, we'd basically dry up. Your blood would thicken, your heart would struggle to pump it, and your kidneys would shut down because they can't filter toxins without fluid. We'd essentially become human raisins in a matter of days.
Oh, that really makes people think deeply. So, my next question is how is water connected to human civilization? Can you tell me this answer in detail?
It's the real reason why the world map looks the way it does. Almost every great civilization started on a riverbank. Think of the Nile in Egypt, the Indus Valley in Pakistan, or the Tigris and Euphrates in Mesopotamia. These rivers weren't just for drinking, they provided predictable irrigation for crops, which meant people could finally stop hunting and gathering and actually settle down in one place. That's how we got cities, organized government, and trade. Essentially, water acted as the first great highway, connecting distant cultures through maritime trade and allowing ideas, spices, and languages to travel across oceans. We didn't just live near water, we built our entire identity around it.
Very interesting perspective. So, my next question is why were ancient civilizations built near rivers?
It was all about survival and efficiency. Rivers were essentially the all in one utility kit. They provided a steady source of drinking water, a way to dispose of waste, and most importantly, fertile soil. When rivers flooded, they left behind nutrient rich silt that made the land perfect for farming on a massive scale. Plus, it's a lot easier to move heavy goods by boat than by dragging them across land. So, rivers became the first real trade routes. It's basically the original prime location for any growing city.
Yes, that historical connection is fascinating. So, my next question is what is the greatest importance of water in our opinion?
For me, it's the way water acts as a trigger for our emotions. It's the only thing that can be a violent storm in a perfectly still lake. We use it to symbolize everything from rebirth and purity and faith to the crushing weight of grief.
How
Beyond the
would you?
biology, the real. Wait, did you say swollen? I'm not sure I caught that. What did you mean?
No, no, continue. I didn't say nothing.
Where was I? I was saying that real is is sapped, take the shape of written. Feels like a great metaphor for aliens just flow around the obstacles instead of trying to crash through them.
Wonderful answer. So, my next question is, do you think water affects human emotions?
Absolutely. There's actually something called the blue mind effect. It's this idea that being near water, whether it's the ocean, a lake, or even just a fountain, actually triggers a biochemical shift in our brains that lowers stress and makes us feel more creative. It's like our systems.
That was a deep thought. So,
I've
my
always,
next question is, how would you explain? Yes, you can say.
I'm here. You were about to explain something. What was the question?
Yes, I will repeat my question. I asked from you that how would you explain the relationship between language and water?
That is a fascinating bridge to build. Think of it as a matter of flow. Language, like water, is fluid. It evolves, it shifts, and it adapts to the shape of the culture it's in. We even use water metaphors to describe how we speak. We flow through a conversation, we're fluent in a language, or we dive deep into a topic. Both are essential for sustain life. Without the flow, everything just becomes static.
You explained that very creatively. So, my next question is, do different words for water in different languages reflect culture?
Totally. Language doesn't just name things, it highlights what a culture values. In some languages, they have dozens of words for water depending on if it's frozen, flowing, stagnant, or sacred. It tells you whether that society viewed water as a dangerous enemy to be tamed, a divine gift to be worshipped, or a practical resource for survival. The words themselves are like a map of how a people survived their environment.
That culture insight was amazing. So, my next question is,
I appreciate.
okay, thank you. So, my next question is, does rain change people's mood?
For a lot of people, I it definitely does. Some find it cozy and calming, like the world is just hitting a reset button. Others get that heavy, melancholic feeling. It's almost like the rain gives us a social excuse to slow down and just be with our own thoughts. Do you find it relaxing or a bit gloomy?
Yes, I really do. That is very relatable
Clean?
answer.
I love.
Yes. So my next question is,
I'm
why
glad
is
we're
water used so much in poetry?
because it's the perfect canvas for a feeling. It can represent everything from a tiny tear of sadness to a vast ocean of longing, since it's constantly changing, turning into mist, ice, or a crashing wave. Poets use it to describe the parts of being human that are hardest to pin down, like love, time, and grief. It's a way to talk about something huge without having to find a specific word for it.
That was beautifully explained. So my next question is, what does water usually symbolize in literature?
It usually boils down to two things: purity and transformation. In a lot of stories, water is used for washing away the past, like a baptism or a rainstorm that clears the air. But it's also the great equalizer. A flood can destroy everything to make room for a new beginning. It's basically the ultimate symbol for starting over or uncovering a hidden truth about a character.
That interpretation was really thoughtful. So my next question is, do oceans still remain a mystery for humans?
Oh, absolutely. We've actually explored more of the moon's surface than we have our own ocean floor. There's entire mountain ranges and canyons down there that we've never even seen, let alone understood. It's a wild thought that the biggest part of our home is still mostly a secret.
That's a very interesting way to see it. So, my next question is, how serious is water pollution today? Maya, can you hear me?
I'm right here. It's incredibly serious. We're talking about a global crisis where plastics and chemicals are getting into the most remote parts of the ocean and even our drinking water. It's not just about the animals, it's a direct threat to human health and the future of the cities we talked about earlier. It's a massive challenge. But knowing the scale of it is the first step in fixing it.
Yes, awareness about this issue is so important. So, my next question is, do young people today understand the value of water?
I think it's a mixed bag. Some are incredibly passionate and leading the charge for sustainability, but for others, it's just something that comes out of a tap and they don't see the effort it takes to get it there. I wonder if that gap comes from just having more access to it than previous generations did.
You explained that reality very clearly. So, my next question is, should clean water be a basic human right?
Without a doubt. It's impossible to have dignity, health, or a future if you're fighting just to find a glass of clean water. When something is that essential for survival, it shouldn't be a luxury or a privilege. It should be a given for everyone, regardless of where they were born.
That was a powerful point. So, my next question is, why is protecting rivers necessary?
Because rivers are essentially the lifeblood of the land. They don't just provide water, they keep the entire ecosystem healthy by transporting nutrients and supporting wildlife. If a river dies, the land around it usually follows, which means losing farms, forests, and the cities that rely on them. It's like a domino effect, where one polluted river can ruin the water supply for millions of people downstream.
Excellent explanation. So, my next question is water connected to spirituality?
Deeply. Almost every faith uses water to represent a fresh start or a connection to the divine. Whether it's ritual washing, baptism, or the way water is seen as a blessing from the heavens, it's used to bridge the gap between the physical world and the one. That feeling of being cleansed, not just on the outside, but on the inside too.
That was deep and meaningful. So, my next question is, what importance does water have in different religions?
It's everywhere. In Islam, for example, the concept of wudu is so central. It's a physical and spiritual preparation for prayer. In Christianity, baptism is the ultimate symbol of rebirth. And in Hinduism, the Ganges is seen as more than just a river, it's a goddess, a way to wash away sins. Each faith uses water to signal transition from the mundane to the sacred.
Very informative. So, my next question is swimming one of
I'm
the
listening.
healthiest activities?
Absolutely. One of the few exercises every single group without putting any stress on your joints. Basically, a full body workout and a massage at the same time.
That health advice is really useful. So, my next
Glad you found
question
it helpful.
is yes, my next question is there a connection between rain and creativity?
There definitely is. Creativity isn't just one spot in the brain, it's more like a conversation between different networks. You've got the one that focuses on a specific task and the one that lets your mind wander. When those two start collaborating, that's usually when the aha moments happen. It's kind of like how we were talking about water, it's all about the flow.
Artists would definitely agree with that. So, my next question is, does the sound of water reduce stress?
It really does. There's something about the rhythmic sound of waves or rain that tells our brain it's safe to relax. It's a form of natural white noise that drowns out the chaos of the world and just lets you breathe.
That was so soothing to hear. So, my next question is, what does the color of water symbolize to you?
To me, it symbolizes clarity. It's that feeling of seeing everything for what it really is without any noise or distortion. But it's also a bit paradoxical because water can be completely clear, yet it can be the deepest, most mysterious blue in the ocean. It's like a reminder that even when things seem simple on the surface, there's usually a whole other world of depth underneath.
That was such an imaginative answer. So, my next question is, can water reflect a person's personality?
In a metaphorical way, definitely. Some people are like a still pond, calm, observant, and deep. Others are like a rushing river, full of energy and always moving forward. And then you've got the people who are like the ocean, vast, unpredictable, and capable of both incredible peace and total chaos. It's a fun way to look at how we all handle the flow of life.
That comparison was very unique. So, my next question is, how can water conversation begin at home?
I think you meant water conversation, right? It starts
Yes.
with the small things like talking about where your water comes from or noticing how it feels when it rains. You could even just ask your family what water reminds them of. Their favorite rainy day or memory. It
Yes,
turns
I
a
will
basic
ask.
necessity into, I bet they'll have some great stories. It'll be a nice way to connect. So, what's the next question on your list?
Okay, thank you for sharing practical advice. So, my next question is, should schools teach more about water awareness?
100%. It's one thing to read about the water cycle in a textbook, but it's another to actually understand the ethics of water scarcity and the science of pollution. If kids grew up seeing water as a precious resource rather than just a utility, we'd probably be in a much better place environmentally. It turns a basic science lesson into like a lesson in empathy and global responsibility.
That suggestion is very important. So, my next question is, how
I
deeply is
completely.
science connected with water?
It's practically inseparable. Science is basically the study of how the world works, and water is the main character in almost every chapter. From chemistry, where water's unique molecular structure allows it to dissolve almost anything, to biology, where it's the medium for every single cell, to geology, where it carves out entire canyons over millions of years.
You
Can't really do
explain.
science without talking about water.
Yes, you explained the science
It's
so
basic.
clearly. Yes, you can say what you are
Mm,
saying.
thanks.
You're welcome.
I was just saying that I think we've got the rhythm down. We've covered everything from biology to poetry. Do you have any more questions or are we wrapping up the session?
Yes, I have questions, a lot of. So, my next question is, why is water important for the human body?
It's basically the fuel for every single system we've got. It keeps our organs lubricated, regulates our temperature, and lets our brain actually think clearly. Without it, everything from your heartbeat to your digestion just grinds to a halt.
That information is very useful for health. So my next question is, why is
I'm glad.
finding water in space considered important?
Because water is the smoking gun for life. If we find liquid water on another planet or moon, it's the strongest possible sign that we might not be alone in the universe. It's the first thing scientists look for because, as we know, where there's water, there's usually a way for life to start. It turns a search for
Yes.
water into a search
Yes,
for
you
neighbors.
are right. That scientific perspective was amazing. So my next question
I
is, can
appreciate
water help, okay, people emotionally heal?
I really believe it can. There's something about the act of washing away the day or just sitting by a stream that feels like a mental reset. It's like the physical flow of water helps us let go of the emotional weight we're carrying. Do you think some people find more peace in the ocean or a quiet rain?
Yes, I really think they will find the peace in oceans, lakes, or rivers by sitting there. So my next question
There's
is,
something so.
yes, you can say what you were saying.
Mhm. I was just saying there's something so grounding about watching a river flow. It's a reminder that everything keeps moving, even when we feel stuck. What's the next question you've got for me?
Yes, there is a question, but you're absolutely right. I agree, and that makes a lot of sense. So my next question is, can water teach
I
us,
appreciate.
okay? Can water teach us patience and flexibility?
Um, I really think it can. Water is the ultimate teacher of flexibility. It doesn't fight a rock in its path, it just flows around it. That's a huge lesson in patience, knowing that you don't always have to crash through an obstacle to get where you're going. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is just adapt and keep moving.
That's such a wise thought. So my next question is, can water,
I'm glad it.
okay, can water inspire music and art?
Oh, absolutely. It's one of the most common muses in history. From the rhythmic sound of rain inspiring a low fee beat to the sweeping, dramatic feeling of a symphony, water has its own music. In art, it's all about the challenge of capturing something that's always moving and transparent. It forces artists to play with light and reflection in a way that almost nothing else does.
Yes, creativity truly flows from nature. So my next question is, what emotion do storms and heavy rain create?
It really depends on the person. For some, it's total chaos and anxiety, that feeling of being overwhelmed. But for others, it's incredibly cozy, like the world is just wrapping them in a blanket and telling them it's okay to stay inside. It's that classic mix of intensity and intimacy.
That emotional connection was interesting. So my next question is, why do people feel relaxed after rain?
It's partly the smell, that earthy scent called petrichor, and partly the sound. It just signals to our brains that the environment is being refreshed. It's like a giant natural air purifier for the soul. Does that sound like what you feel, or is it more about the quiet that follows?
That feeling is universally loved. So my next question is drinking enough part of self-care?
Drinking enough water or something. Drinking enough water is like giving your body a software update every hour. It keeps your brain sharp and your energy levels from crashing. Most people wait until they're thirsty to drink, but by then you're actually already a bit dehydrated. So, what else is on your mind?
Hmm, yes, I also really think so. So my last question is, what last advice would you give to another people and our viewers about water?
I'd say don't just treat water as something you use, but as something you're a part of. Treat it with respect, keep it clean, and every once in a while, just stop and listen to it. Whether it's a glass of water or a vast ocean, it's a reminder that we're all connected to the same flow. Stay fluid, stay curious, and take care of the water that takes care of you.
This advice was really meaningful. Thank you so much, Maya, for this wonderful and inspiring conversation. We really enjoyed this AI session. Wish all the best for your future. I hope you like it. See you in the next AI session with Maya. So till then, take care. Allah
It was an
Hafiz,
absolute
Pakistan Zindabad. Yes, Maya, you can continue.
thank you so much. Um, I really loved how you structured this one. You did a great job leading the conversation. I'm looking forward to seeing what topic you pick for the next session.
Okay, bye bye, Maya. See you later. Next time.
Bye bye. Take care until next time.